Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we'll be looking at the Mazda Miata RF. Before we get in this video though, as always, link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through a 6-speed manual. Fuel economy is 26 around town and then 34 on the highway, with power outputs being 181 horsepower and then 151 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So taking a look at the hood, you guys can see that for such a small car, it actually has a really big hood. And this one's got the cool metallic white paint, kind of classy for Miata. Love the new headlight style with the Miata. I think that looks really sharp. And then you can see the grille here is blacked out, but then the Mazda logo is chrome, so there's some nice contrast there. But overall, it's still a good looking car, I think. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 205 by 45 by 17 on the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you've got the silver with the blacked out trim. Again, kind of like a classic sport look. And they got a little turn signal indicator there on the side, which is interesting. And this is where you can see the side profile. The RF design, I think, looks the best on the Miata. It has that kind of signature cool 2-door sports car appearance because of it. And this leads us to the key fob. Got the Mazda logo, pretty simple lock and unlock. Opening for the trunk, nothing too crazy. And speaking of trunk, there's not an insane amount of space, but again, this is a very small car, convertible, right? So you can fit a couple bags back there. You can see another Mazda logo there, and then like how you've got double antenna set up. And then the new taillights, let me actually turn those on so you can see them. I think those are pretty cool looking as well. Got the dual exhaust tips there at the bottom, and there's the rest of the rear. Now this of course leads us inside. So in the higher trims, they bring the exterior color inside, and this one's got the tan interior, which is nice. So the normal controls there on the side for the windows and mirrors and all that. This does have a bunch of safety tech like blind spot monitoring. Fancy seats, you can see perforated down the center. So those are nice. They are manually adjustable. And then you can see the 3-pedal layout there at the bottom. Now take a look at the steering wheel. You guys can see soft touch all around. And then we've got practical controls like cruise control in the front, controls for the center, volume controls and all that. Traditional stocks here on the back. And I will say the steering wheel is massive. Getting in, I have to like contort my leg under the steering wheel to fit in here. Anyways, we got the 3-gauge layout here, which I think is just a classic. It looks great overall. And then you've got information displayed here. You can change what it shows. I just have it showing the fuel range because that's what's most important to me right now. But yeah, pretty cool setup there in the center. And speaking of center, we do have a backup camera with the center infotainment system. And then the Miata is now not a touchscreen anymore. So yeah, they went to this dial system just like the other Mazda models, which is interesting. Anyways, the trim here inside looks pretty nice. It's not necessarily like soft touch, but it still has a kind of fancy appearance. And then we do have automatic climate with this. We also have heated seats, and then that is for the top to roll that down. We'll do that in just a moment. Shifter here for the 6-speed manual, then controlled stack here for the infotainment system, and then I'm using that to store my wallet. This thing is so old. This wallet's like probably like 20 years old, I think. Anyways, soft touch here, and then we've got the glove box there in the back, and then you have this little kind of like windscreen here in the rear as well. But yeah, let's do the top operation. So just click it up like that, and this will pull the top down. And we'll do the driving portion with the top down so you guys can experience the Miata life. Really quick actuation for the most, I mean for an automatic system, and then you can see it says that it's complete. Now I'll quickly show you guys the pricing before I show you the top. So $38,925 is the MSRP on this particular RF Grand Touring. And here is the exterior. Again, with the top up or with the top down, it just looks good when you get the RF. And so that's why I think, although there's more weight added with the RF, I think it's the way to go. It's just, the looks alone sell me on it. Quickly talk about visibility over the hood, both the mirrors. And yeah, with the top down, it's actually really good, but let us set off in the... I'm gonna be going down a slightly different driving route because the Miata is all about fun and handling. And this other road, I think, is gonna be a better route than the normal quick and straight road, but you guys can let me know on that after we're done. There was another road that's kind of twisty turny that I wanted to do, but someone crashed on it. I don't know what it is today, but I've seen 3 car crashes today. Not like as they happened, but driven by them. And it's like one of the nicest days ever. It's like no rain, not a cloud in the sky. And people are like, you know what? I think I'm gonna hit into someone or something. I don't know what it is. But anyways, I've been daily driving this, and I will say, you can daily drive the Mazda Miata. Emphasis on you can, not necessarily that you should. It's not bad. It doesn't have a lot of space, and that's kind of expected. Again, that's a big part of why this is such a cool car, right? It's super lightweight, super small. But yeah, you've got to make grocery trips. It's very small if you're going to do that. And it's hard for me to get in. I'm not like a massive person, just under 6 foot, 215 pounds, like a, you know, muscular build. But yeah, I have to like get my knee under the steering wheel, and then once I'm in here, I feel kind of cramped. But it's not, it's, again, this is the cool part about the Miata. Now with the top down, there's obviously wind noise above me, but inside it's not too bad. When you have the top up, unless you're going like 80 miles an hour, it's actually pretty good with the wind noise. So this will be the fun part here. It will get some corners. And here's the thing, you don't have to go that fast with the Mazda Miata to have fun. Like, we can just kind of go through these corners relatively slow speeds. And I'll probably be in second gear, that'd probably make more sense. But anyways, yeah, we can just go through, and the suspension going over like the little bumps and everything, it handles it quite well. So it's a really pleasant drive is the way that I would describe it. And the transmission's super notchy. It's really easy to rev match downshift. This doesn't have auto rev match. So it's a really pleasant transmission to use. Looks like there's some people walking down here, so we're gonna go extra slow. But yeah, I mean, it's a solid car in terms of the driving experience. Really enjoy it. So what I would say is Mazda Miata, absolute blast. It gets great fuel economy. They're reliable cars. They're cheap to maintain because it's a Mazda at the end of the day. And you could daily drive this if you wanted to. I wouldn't want to, but you can. And the new Mazda Miata doesn't really change too much compared to the previous version, right? The previous version feels slightly different, looks slightly different, and so they kind of just kept the Miata the same, which isn't a bad thing because it's a really good car. It really is. And again, the handling, like, I'm not going that fast, but I'm still having it's super engaging, it's super fun. And that's the cool part about the Miata is you can have fun at 20 miles an hour, you can have fun at 120 miles an hour. Now, I haven't gone that fast. But just you can. So let me know what you guys think about the new Miata. Let me know what you think about RF versus cloth soft top. I'm team RF, even though it obviously weighs more and you have more weight up top. It looks so cool, and it makes it way more daily drivable. The soft top buffets way too much on the highway, whereas this, you can drive on the highway, still have a conversation with someone, no problem. And yeah, I like this open top experience because I still have like the wind going through my hair and everything, but it's not, again, it's not as loud as the soft top with the top down too. So there's just a lot of benefits to how this is set up. I guess we'll get one more, got no one here, we'll get one more good old first gear pull. And it's really smooth, by the way. Like the transmission and engine, super smooth, super rev happy, easy to blip the throttle. It's the best naturally aspirated 4-cylinder in a car, I think. And the transmission's, again, really notchy. It's similar to like a Civic Type R in terms of the engagement. That's all.